Good morning and welcome to Beyond the SEAF. I'm Jack Kosar and this is effective for February 12th, 2024. Let's get started. Our SEAF signals for this week are technology, consumer discretionary, and communication services. We kind of got a unique week as of the last couple of weeks/months, where the trading week, the top four in the trading week coincides with the top four in the rankings. We have not been seeing that very often, so that's kind of something that's unique. I think it has to do a little bit with the market coalescing around the sectors that it really truly believes in. That's kind of driving this rally. To no surprise, technology coming in number one with a ranking of four. That's extremely highly ranked, with the only possible higher score being a three. Uh, Consumer discretionary really kind of driving the the weekly trading at number one, but having strong at three and four for the tactical and the strategic. Really outside of financials dropping off after it's quite a decent run at number 10. The as we kind of talked in the past, having seeing this table clump up, and we can see this a little bit better in our heat map. But when this clumps up, that's really kind of when the decisions are starting to be made. As we can see, the only real strength out of the last month has been technology, which has been really driving these highs that we've been making in the stock market, and really seeing that we have a clumping in the strategic quarter, and we have a clumping in the trading week with the strength of technology in the tactical. Other things to kind of notice: utilities here at the bottom showing some pretty strong outflows. Uh, Last thing on the total outflows is we really saw last week a net inflow of money. I think we had one day that was negative, but otherwise we've had some really strong inflows net on net of the market. So not only just strong into technology, but overall into SPY, into the spiders, we are seeing an increase in flows, which is interesting. As we were hesitant earlier in this year about thinking about a market correction, but really seeing this technology and an AI drive the market forward. Money's been flowing in, and we're seeing this clumping. So we like to see that when we're in SEAF as the model starts to trend in the right direction. We do like to see this clumping, which we're seeing now. Going into our rainbow charts, technology. Uh, you know, Really highlighting the fact that as we kind of stay in these favored rankings, we kind of see this relative outperformance. As we see this is pointing in the right direction. We had technology drop off a little bit last week, has risen right back up, and we are kind of seeing that relative outperformance spike with an overall broad relative outperformance trend in technology. On that flip side, looking at utilities, we came up in the beginning of the year, touching the favor. That resulted in a little bit of relative outperformance. And since then, flows have kind of drained out of utilities, and we have seen this trend in relative outperformance in utilities. As this continues, we'll still see this trend, and this is really just a resumption of the broader negative trend that we were seeing in relative SPY. Communication services. I call this my little engine that could. This is due to the very gradual and slow nature of the relative positive outperformance trend that we've been seeing. This is probably led toward the larger cap stocks in communication services that are also kind of technology related. But as you've seen, we have these little bits of heading into neutral for communication services that does show slight corrections in the relative outperformance. But as we kind of trend and stay into this favored ranking for communication services, the broader trend on the relative performance versus SPY has been positive. We do see a little bit of uptick here. And as flows continue, we wouldn't expect anything to change as long as we stay in this upper favored ranking. Last but not least, consumer discretionary had a big inflow on that trading week, as well as some stronger flows for the tactical and the strategic, which has brought it into a nice, highly favored ranking. And we are seeing the relative outperformance correlate. When we watch the strength of these things is kind of watching the relative performance, watching the rankings, stay up in this favored green ranking territory and seeing that relative performance grow. We are seeing it jump here. We would like to see, a little bit of continued trend, but we are seeing the relative performance for the consumer discretionary. That's all I have this week. I hope everybody has a wonderful week, and I look forward to breaking down the SEAF model with you all next week.